Yeah, what's wrong with the beer we got? I mean, the beer we got drank pretty good, don't it?
Ladies and gentlemen, it's that time. It's the Imperial Stout episode. No more pussy beers. Shit's about to get real.
Wait, the last episode was my kind.
Fuck you.
Yeah, you're right. But I still really like those Imperial IPAs, man. Man, those are good.
Okay, the first beer. TrimTab Language of Thunder.
And let me just go ahead and tell you now, it's 9.7% alcohol.
This
bottle
is not a drive-in beer. Not a drive-in beer.
Not a drive-in beer.
I don't know. Maybe it is.
Depends on how cold it is outside.
Yes, it does depend on that. That's and true. It is 25 degrees outside, so...
A little bit chilly.
This might be a driving beer.
With almost double the grain bill of our other dark beers, this complex beer showcases layered flavors of roasted malt and dark chocolate characteristics.
You know what I actually think is really funny?
What's that?
Is just the ad copy of this episode.
How short
every beer has a short ad copy.
Short
and the last episode, every beer had long ad copy.
What's that drunk author's name who was all about brevity? What was his name?
What, are you talking about Hemingway?
Yeah, Hemingway episode.
Well, Hemingway wasn't even so much about brevity. It was more that, like...
He was like a total drunk, right?
He wouldn't even tell you enough to visualize the scene. And he would, like, tell you something like... Instead of saying... I don't know, instead of using a normal description, he would be like, the beer sat upon the table. The beer... Like, he would turn everything into an active verb.
Yeah.
Like, everything.
That's because he was so goddamn crunk.
Do you know about that?
It was because he was an asshole, and everybody, like, worships Hemingway because they're like, oh, man, Hemingway. But he turned everything into being, like, real natural and fucking active. But in actuality, it was just a fucking gimmick. And you can always read him and tell that he was just gimmicking. I can't get it under there, you asshole. Quit fucking off.
Wait.
Shut up.
Hang on. I've got the tool for the job.
Why does this have wax
Hang on,
it?
Andrew. Check it out. Check out my new beer opener that I got for Christmas. Not bottle opener, beer opener.
How the fuck does this work?
Look at it. Do you see it?
Oh.
Do you see what it is?
Do you need help with that?
It's a penguin.
It's a penguin.
Shut up!
All right, hang on, guys. Hand me the beer. Obviously, it is a
I got it.
Manly beer.
Dude,
be able to open it. This is fucking CNC aluminum.
This better be worth it.
Yeah, they didn't want you to get into this beer.
CNC aluminum.
So, whoa, dude, look, guys.
Holy shit! That shit
is
like. People make jokes, and there's even a beer called used engine oil, but that actually looked like engine oil.
This is pretty fucking sturdy.
Yeah.
Holy fucking moly.
Fucking billet aluminum.
As we've had some really good beers tonight, and we've done the entire first 4 episodes tonight, but I really feel like as good as and amazing as some of the beers we've had, we've been building to this episode.
Oh my god.
Oh boy.
Coffee beans.
I'm not even done pouring.
Bread fucking pudding.
Bread pudding? Oh, yes. Dude, cinnamon. Like, super cinnamon. Yeah. That's part of the bread pudding thing.
Oh, man.
A little bit of, like, rye bread or pumpernickel, maybe. Some dark bread.
Fucking shoyu.
I guess that'd be more pumpernickel. Rye isn't dark, but it is darker than white bread.
Dude, the soy sauce in this is so strong I can't even tell you what kind it is.
Guys...
You know what? It has a lot of Japanese...
Stop smelling it for a second and have a taste of this beer.
No, I like really want to actually like describe for viewers.
It has a lot of Japanese cuisine in general in the nose. Yeah.
It's got this umami thing just on the aroma. It's so chocolatey.
Holy
Language
shit.
of Thunder.
Isn't that fucking good?
Chocolate and peanut butter.
Oh, and vanilla.
Chocolate, peanut butter. Just peanuts, not peanut butter.
Peanuts.
Peanuts and butter,
Roasted,
not peanut butter.
Roasted like honey roasted peanuts.
Yeah, I was gonna say like not like salted peanuts, but
No.
like wow.
Oh man. And
Chocolate covered cherry.
like really good, like fresh peanuts too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's so strong on the palate. And yes, I agree. Chocolate covered cherries, baking chocolate. Mm-hmm. And again, shoyu.
Yeah, like
know what?
like super soy sauce, like super
Specifically
rich.
shoyu, not
Yeah.
not tamari, shoyu.
It also has this thing that's like it tastes like the fat on like fucking prime rib.
Yes.
Yes.
There's this meaty.
There's a certain like richness to this beer
Yeah.
that is.
And a little bit of chalkiness. But you know, like a lot of the stouts, like that chalkiness is like, man, that's annoying. But it's in balance here, and it feels like it's like kind of like reining in some of the more ambitious elements to make them not annoying.
This is going on the cool wall.
And it's got a
Oh
little
God,
bit.
yes.
It's got some.
fucking good.
It's got some kind of oakiness to it too. It's not an aged beer, is it?
No, not as far as I'm aware of. And also, and also, this is not a limited
Maybe
release
it's
beer.
just smoky.
This is just like a regular. They do this. I didn't even know they did any bottles that were regular.
Yep. If you go to Hop City right now, provided they have any left, you can go ahead and pick up some of that. And
This is mind blowing.
and I'll have you know that there's 2 other variants.
Yes, there are 2 other variants of this.
I happen to have
Orange
them,
peel.
but I'm saving them.
Yeah.
I'm saving those because I just want to do the regular. I want to do the regular Imperial Stout for this particular episode.
That's a good decision.
This would pair so fucking well
But-
with a steak.
I was gonna say, I mean, just like based on the fact that this is the
Like an
regular,
aged steak that has that
Yeah.
cheesiness to it.
yeah. But just based on the fact that this is just like the regular Imperial Stout, man.
Okay, I'm going to say something maybe controversial.
Okay.
Let's hear it.
This is the best beer that I've ever tasted. This is better than St. Bernard.
It's fucking good.
It's better than St. Bernardus Ab 12. It is better than Santa's Private Reserve St. Bernardus Christmas Ale. It's better than North Coast Old Stock Ale, even the aged one. It's better than Smutty Nose Old Ale.
You know what? I'm not ready to join you there yet, but I was reflecting while you were talking, and this beer is flawless.
It's flawless.
I can't think of a flaw that
Yeah.
it has.
Yeah, no,
It's-
this is very well done.
And I cannot believe this, because this is TrimTab, who have like an inconsistent record. They're local. And this is, I'm telling you now, this is the best beer.
This is probably the intern
I
probably
have
made this that
ever
they're going to
had.
fire. 'Cause
That's
how
really-
companies,
that's
that's
real
how companies
unfortunate.
work.
Yeah. Or it's like the independent contractor that they hired in. That's like kicking ass. It's like, well, you know.
Seriously, whoever's responsible for this beer, this kind of shit. Now, don't get me wrong, you've got a long way to go before I'm proud of living here or being from here, but this is a step in the right direction.
Yeah.
This is the first beer I've ever had in my life that made me cry.
This,
I'm not kidding. I actually am. I'm like tearing up. I'm having trouble talking.
yeah, like I said, this is an amazing beer.
This is very good. It's
I mean, I won't say it's the best that I've ever had.
I
will say it's among the greats. This is an amazing beer.
This is very goddamn well done.
This is up there.
Chocolate, man, out the ass.
This is up there with Yeti and its variants, no problem.
It's
Actually, it outdoes Yeti.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got Guinness tang to it. It's got like all the things that you want out of a really great stout.
You know what? I will say it's probably the best Imperial Stout I've ever had.
Oh, yes.
Which is interesting because it's my wheelhouse. Most of the beers that I consider the best I've ever had aren't even stouts, usually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's because you get surprised by things like old ales and
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
This probably is the best Imperial Stout I've ever had.
This is
It manages to be this colossal fucking iron golem of flavor without
there's so
being
much-
overbearing.
but there's so much
or
nuance.
undrinkable.
There's so much stuff in there.
and it
it's-
even manages to be a little thirst quenching.
It is.
Yeah.
And
incredible.
it's super complicated, super complex, and it's incredibly approachable. Like any dumbass idiot who just drinks like fucking Blue Moon could drink this and go,
this is good.
I mean,
this is just.
I don't know, man.
This is an incredible beer.
This is definitely probably in my top 5.
And it's got some cherryness to it. It's got the maraschino cherry thing going.
In a good way.
It's the best beer I've ever had in my life. It kicks the ass of so many great, amazing beers I've had.
So you're saying this beer is a world beater?
To me, this is a world beater. I'm telling you that it's better to me than St. Bernardus Alba 12.
I will say this beer is world class. I won't necessarily... I'm not quite as in love with it as you are, but this is definitely a world class beer, and this is made in my backyard. Like I said, we don't get things very often to be like.
No.
Yeah, no, this is...
We don't get to be amazed by local beers as much.
And if you think we're shilling for this beer because it comes from our fucking hometown...
You're fucking wrong.
Feel free to watch the rest of our shitty show.
And we have said some really negative shit about some of their beers.
We
And we have said some incredibly negative shit about other local
We
beers.
have taken diarrhea dookies all over.
Like
dude.
fucking Ghost Train.
If anything, we may have been harder on them.
We haven't had a single Ghost Train that was
even like remotely like okay.
Yeah, it wasn't even like approaching decent.
It was like no.
Every Ghost Train we've ever had was horrifying. Every good people we've had has sucked.
This is... You know, the thing about this beer...
Is that it's beautiful?
That
Is that
peanut,
it's liquid poetry?
That delicious peanut flavor stays with you for a long time.
Oh, no. Yeah, like, I haven't had a sip in, like, in about a minute.
It's like the best peanuts you've ever fucking had.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This beer, it's life-changing. I didn't realize beer could be this good.
Wow.
I'm amazed. This is unbelievable, especially coming out of TrimTab. TrimTab makes some really good shit, but I never would have suspected them to make something world-beating.
No, this is really fucking good. I'm not with you there in terms of world beater. It's up there for me, and I would probably this would be something I would literally have to like head to head with a different. But it's certainly up there. This is an incredible beer. I dare say probably my favorite Imperial Stout that I've had so far.
I still have the most delicious peanuts I've had in my life flavor in my mouth.
God.
Me too. And all of us, we've all drained our glasses. And
I mean, if you're a peanut lover, you don't have to like this style or anything. I'm telling you, and I'm not saying it's just peanut bomb because there's so much going on.
There's so much chocolate,
but the peanuts stick with you.
Oatmeal and
it's like
spices.
Delicious peanuts. It's like the best peanuts you've ever put in your butt.
So it's like it's like those peanuts plus like they're like covered in like the best chocolate that you've ever had, and it's beer.
Yes,
and
it's amazing beer with so many dimensions. It's so complex, so many nuances.
It's not even so much like it's great peanuts as it is the idea of peanuts when you're really hungry.
Yeah, it's like you imagine them being amazing, and then you eat them, and you're like, man, this sucks. But no, when you do get them, like
it's the idea of
fresh, fucking roasted.
Yeah.
Oh man. Okay, so I think we've babbled enough.
Yeah.
This beer is amazing, and it's only beer number 1. We have 2 more Imperial IPAs.
Holy shit! Yeah,
they're both by the same company.
Just goes to show you what the master style is.
Apparently so. Because I am an Imperial IPA fanatic and an Old Ale fanatic. And this beer literally made me cry.
Yeah, TrimTab's Imperial IPA, aka Language of Thunder, does not suck.
It sucks.
Beer number 2.
Number 2, Starry Hill Double Bass. And it better be better than Lars at Double Bass.
Well, that's not hard.
This is Lars.
Yeah, see, John, you're way too
John,
fucking...
you're like...
You're like all like fucking like... Precise and like rhythmic and shit. Lars is like...
Yeah, you're right. Anyway.
Espresso in color. This rich Imperial Stout
is all about malt and chocolate. Aromas of dark chocolate, mocha, and vanilla arise from cocoa additions. Robust bittersweet chocolate and dark fruit lead into a smooth finish.
Now, we took about like a half-hour break after the last beer so that we wouldn't judge anything else.
We masturbated. Masturbated.
You know,
It was back to back.
I still have peanut flavor
Still.
in my mouth. I've eaten multiple crackers. I've vaped.
I had some more water. I had some
Yeah.
more crackers. And it's still there. That is unreal.
That beer blows my fucking balls off.
That's like the peanut beer. I bet elephants would like that beer.
Probably, yeah.
Aren't they all about the peanuts?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is a double chocolate stout.
Ooh. Definitely.
7.8%.
And it smells very chocolatey, like milk chocolate, or more like chocolate liqueur.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not quite milk chocolate, you're right.
Because you know what? It is a little bit.
Not like that dark chocolate thing.
Yeah,
You're
different.
absolutely right because it's very chocolatey on the nose, but it's also a little bit boozy on the nose. So
It
it
is.
smells a lot like
But
chocolate.
you know
liqueur.
what? A happy
Go
thing
figure.
is
fig.
that I am
fig, brah.
I am smelling a little bit of that peanut.
I wonder.
Could it possibly taste good?
Wow, that's a lot thinner than the last one.
Yeah.
Wow, is this a really thin beer or
Or has our expectations been completely
Fucked.
blown out of the water?
this
by
has
the
a
last one?
peanutty finish too?
Kind
Yo,
of.
It's on the nose, it's on the palate, it's on the finish. Peanut is
Yeah.
everywhere on this beer.
But compared to the TrimTab,
It's not even fair. Let's not even bother trying to compare it to a TrimTab. It will lose.
No, this is like a watered down TrimTab.
It's got a lot of elements from it, but it is a lot lighter bodied.
yeah,
This,
it is.
you know what? Whereas the TrimTab was like really strong, it was like the oatmeal, the peanut, the chocolate. This has a little bit more of the fruit in it, like the orange peel and stuff like that.
It's got a little bit more of
It's
that.
subtle, but it's there.
And also the chocolate is
The chocolate-
is
I was
more
gonna say
like
the
chocolate bar.
The chocolate is definitely more pronounced in this as opposed to the TrimTab.
Now the
this
TrimTab
is-
had it definitely, but
this is
like,
way- it
this
comes
is
out like way
like
more.
really good like artisan chocolate bars.
or truffles.
Yes,
Ooh.
Yeah.
like oh man, like good homemade truffles too. Belching now or hiccuping.
But this beer has a little bit of that like weird bitter tang somewhere between the palate and the finish. It doesn't
yeah.
make it quite to the finish, but to me it starts a bit on the finish.
7.8%.
You know, that
ABV.
kind of little bit
Okay.
off-putting thing that Imperial Stouts and Stouts can have sometimes.
Yeah, it's
got a
not the
little bit
Guinness
of that.
tang; it's a different
Right.
thing. I'm hiccuping a lot. Now the last beer had some Guinness tang.
This doesn't really have the Guinness tang like the TrimTab.
I
No.
feel like this
like,
is a...
but it's a tang, but it's a different kind of tang. Like you were saying,
Mm-hmm.
I can't quite put my finger on it.
It's not something that bothers me, but I think it's that thing that puts people off of stouts and Imperial Stouts.
Yeah.
The people that don't like them.
Well, they're fucking missing out. I'm just saying.
And it doesn't have any of the chalkiness.
No, I was gonna say no chalkiness at all. Where the TrimTab had a bit of chalkiness, but overall was in balance.
Yes.
This here, the chalkiness isn't there,
At all.
and the chalkiness is excuse me, the chocolatiness is more pronounced in this.
This is a very, very chocolatey stout.
Super.
But honestly, I have to say that while I think this is a very competent Imperial Stout, I feel like it's a little on the boring side.
It is kind of generic.
Yeah.
I would say, but you know what? To me, like, the quintessential, goddamn, boring, generic Imperial Stout is Old Rasputin.
I mean, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Old Rasputin.
You're fucking right, because that's like super duper. Just like, all right, this is an Imperial Stout.
Old
This is what it's
Rasputin
like.
to me was like dead mediocre. It was like, I have to give it a sucks because it's perfectly mediocre. This definitely kicks the shit out of that.
Oh yeah,
Old
for
Rasputin
sure.
has a lot of that chalky, you know, really in your face, stouty kind of stuff that puts people off of stouts. It has a lot of that.
And it's really, really boring.
It is. It
By
was my
comparison.
go-to for a long time.
But
But
You have since been enlightened.
I've been enlightened by lots
Countless beers.
not just tonight, but countless beers.
Yeah.
Yeti for one. Yeti stopped some mud hole in Old Rasputin.
Oh, yes.
Honestly, Samuel Adams' old Imperial Stout is almost in the same, class with Old Rasputin, and that's probably the most boring stout anyone ever made.
Yeah.
Imperial or otherwise.
Yeah.
Old Rasputin is a really good Imperial Stout when you're learning to like Imperial Stouts.
Yeah.
Because it has that thing that you have to overcome. So you're like, well, I either like stouts or I don't.
Yeah.
And if you do,
but if you
it's
make
like,
it past that, it has a fair amount of that kind of chocolatey and oatmeal-y kind of stuff that appears in stouts. But then you have stouts where it's like, I don't even really detect any of that. There's nothing to overcome.
Does it say swag on your
This
vape?
is just fantastic. It does, unfortunately.
I think Old Rasputin is the chicken McNugget of Imperial Stouts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
whereas
this Imperial Stout?
This is the Guthrie's chicken
I agree.
tenders.
Wow, that is absolutely apt.
That's pretty
This
good.
is the Guthrie's.
Good call, John.
Hey, when I got him,
Wow,
I got
that's
him.
the first time that ever happened.
That's kind of true, isn't it?
Whatever.
Man, that's depressing. Let's move on to the beer.
Yeah, talking about John's depressing.
I actually find the tang in this really kind of refreshing and kind
rude.
of thirst-quenching.
You're fucking right, though. Oh, man.
So, like, obviously it's unfair to compare it to the TrimTab, but this is really good.
No, I mean, it's a good beer.
I would put it on equal footing with like Yeti.
Yeah, it's up there. I mean, it's pretty
been
solid.
too long since I've had Yeti to say.
It's a little more approachable than Yeti.
Oh, that I can agree with.
I would agree with you on that for sure.
This is more entry level, but it opens up and it's got a lot of dimensions.
It's like
it's really good.
I think it's a 3.0 GPA Imperial Stout.
I agree.
What do you think?
3.2.
3.2.
I'll give it a 3.2. Yeah, Starr Hill Double Bass, double chocolate stout. Doesn't fucking suck.
Doesn't suck.
Why any stretch of the imagination?
And you got to remember, unfortunately for this beer, it's following up one of the best beers we've ever had.
Literally a
And
beer
that beer
that
is
made
also
Andrew cry.
in the same style too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that actually had tears coming out of my eyes, and I was having trouble talking. So
anything here on out, any Imperial Stout may just be, some
Fucking
sort of
dog shit.
It's fucking ennui.
yeah,
Yeah, no, you're fucking right. No,
Yeah.
this is good though. It doesn't suck.
This is a good
this
beer.
stands up well after following a world class beer.
This beer is like a local, like thrash metal band playing after Megadeth.
Yeah, it's like, man, they're good.
They're pretty
Yeah,
good.
yeah,
But they're not Megadeth. Yeah, but come on, asshole.
Yeah, exactly.
Who is?
I mean,
Beer number, the last one.
this is Starry Hill Chipotle Double Bass. This is the same as the last one, except this one it has Chipotle in it. So let's get this fucking thing open.
It's just like, let's have this fucking beer.
We're all kind of drunk now.
Bittersweet
More
aromas
these
are
two
cocoa
than
dishes
me,
while
but
smoked
shut up,
pepper and
asshole.
Chipotle nut, blah blah blah. Open it.
It's the last beer except Chipotle Ray.
So it should be delicious.
Chipotle.
We may need to take this one on the road. We may have to do a Your
Road
Beer
beers.
Sucks remote.
Then we are also trying to speed this review along because we want to get to Buffalo Wild Wings before they close.
Yeah.
Priorities, right?
Priorities.
All right.
Priorities.
It's got a pretty good nose.
And I still, like you asshole. This.
Yep, it's like the last beer except a little bit spicy. All right, let's do this.
Let's get wings. No,
That's it.
I still have the fucking hiccups.
No,
Yeah,
actually, in all seriousness, this is really, really fucking good.
It smells like the last one.
It does smell pretty much
I
exactly
do not
like the
smell
last beer.
Chipotle on the aroma.
I don't think there is a style of beer that spiciness can't bring something to. I'm starting to think that. Because The spicy dimension's really good.
This tastes a lot like the last one, but it's like low key. The heat comes in.
The heat isn't very strong, but the chipotle flavor is there.
Yeah.
The smokiness.
Yeah, the smokiness is definitely there.
Yeah.
Andrew's gonna fucking lose it.
This is good.
This is fucking good.
This is good.
Hey, Mike.
Yeah.
So, like, just so
Yeah.
you know that Mike and I are both people.
We're both people. We're both people.
We're both humans, but we're both
humans.
people who, like, for snacks, eat like chipotles and mole sauce.
Or adobo.
Or, no, adobo sauce.
Adobo. Oh yeah, dude.
Chipotles
I'm like,
and adobo. Yeah, we're like.
Yeah.
And Patty's like, fuck you.
And Alyssa's like, fuck you. But.
Oh man.
And this has chipotle flavor.
It does.
It's not very hot at all, but it's got that smoky, nice pepper flavor.
It's nice and subtle.
Yeah.
I give this beer a out of
I give this beer a out of.
Yeah? Is that right?
Yeah.
I give this you too cool for school, motherfucker?
Yes.
Yeah, he is.
Damn, I'm drunk. That's awesome.
Me too. I need wings.
I was gonna say like both of you guys are like just off the rails, and I think this is fucking great.
Woo! Fuck
And I'm like,
and John like is such a heavy drinker that he's just like this doesn't do anything.
John's
to me.
fucking Polish. He's fine.
I'm
Yeah,
Polish. I'm Polish and Irish, mind
And
you.
John
so
is
it's
always like pounding back like gallons of alcohol, and Mike and I mostly do this just when we come here to do this.
You see, like that's the thing, though. I like, especially since now that I have like a real job, quote unquote.
Yeah, keep telling yourself that.
I do. It makes it feel a little bit better,
Yeah.
but not really. But no, but ever since I've had like an 8 to 5 job, I've cut down my drinking considerably. But like even then, it's just like I drink the same amount of these two when we shoot this show, and it's like they're like off
And
the
we're like,
rails.
oh, and John's just going. I say, what's wrong with you?
It's actually pretty funny, especially like when we go to like Buffalo Wild Wings
And
or
we're
IHOP.
acting like retards, and John is like,
I'm literally like the chaperone, like trying to make sure like everything like stays like okay.
making sure we don't get too loud.
It's like, all right, boys. So it's like
Let's calm it down.
Let's dial it back a little bit.
And I'm like,
If we were going to get kicked out of a place on account of someone, do you think it would be more likely to be Andrew or more likely to be me?
man, that's a hard call because
That's tough.
Because
It's hard to call because I could talk us out of it.
Well, no, it's hard. It's hard to call
Because you'll get us into trouble. Mike will talk us out of it, and I'll just be like, "Look,
It's hard to
this
call
is
because
just a big misunderstanding."
Mike would get us into trouble intentionally, and I would do it accidentally.
Yes. This beer, though.
I
This
would
beer-
just be like suddenly going, "Woo, yeah!"
This
and
beer-
John would be like, "Oh God,
This beer's a
God.
5 out of 7.
this beer is a perfect 10,000
5
out of
7.
5,000."
Spicy dimension. Brr, I gotta go take a shit. No, but this beer, spicy dimension added to this style, it works. I don't know that there's a style that it doesn't work for.
Now it adds a little medicinalness to it, but if that's your thing, like it,
Oh, I think a puke
mine,
table.
that's really good.
Yeah.
I want you to know that none of this is getting cut. Like in the final cut
don't
of this
give a
video,
fuck.
this is just it's all in.
Yeah, fine.
Fuck
Okay.
'em.
Fine.
Okay, I just want you to know, like for
Fuck.
future reference for you.
Were you talking to me or him?
I
Both
can't
of yous?
finish this. This is too much beer. I need wings.
I got it. Don't worry. You don't want any more, do you?
Fuck 'em.
Yeah, I'll try. I'll take more.
So this beer doesn't suck. It's the same beer as the last one, except more Chipotle weighted, and it's also.
Did you say Chipotle way? Jesus.
And we'll see you next time when we're a little less because this is the last one.
I'll see you next time. We're a little less drunk.
He didn't even fucking say the whole fucking word. It was drip.
It's because I hiccuped. And
Thank
we'll
you,
see
Rick
next
Sanchez.
time. And it's life is too short
To drink
be
shitty beer.
drinking shitty Imperial Stouts.
Oh, by the way, it
Clearly
doesn't suck.
This was a terrible idea to do an Imperial IPA episode back
Followed
to back
by what
with an Imperial Stout episode that literally made this guy cry.
Doesn't suck.
Oh my god!
But it doesn't suck.
You know,
Life too short Imperial Stout IPAs thing.
Life's too short for Imperial Stout IPA.
yeah, guys, Starr Hill.
Dude, Andrew, you're like 8 out of 10 drunk.
This is good. Now,
Shit, motherfucker!
Starr Hill Double Bass Chipotle Double Chocolate Stout.
Chipotle way. No,
Chipotle way. Chipotle way.
What, is that like a spray that you use to make Mexicans not come near you? It's like Chipotle way. It's like endorsed by like the white knights of the Aryan nation. Chipotle way.
Have you seen that South Park episode? Chipotle way that you... it was a thing that you use on your underwear to get rid of your Christmas.
Oh yeah, I remember that Chipotle way.
We gotta go get wings before they close.
Oh my
And
god.
before we're assholes who keep them open too late.
That's too late for that, but we can get some wings.
Oh my god.